What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's the guy. Something. Hit the keys. I know yesterday I had to give you guys some bad news about YouTube and 8,000 hours watch time and to get your channel going here starting next year. But it looks like Spotify has some good news for us. So it looks like they are also kind of jumping on this train with AI. And what they're going to start doing is labeling some of the AI artists and I guess not pushing their music. So as I was kind of scrolling through music gear news today, I just seen the story. So let's go ahead and take a look here. It says Spotify labels AI artists with AI persona tag and cuts them from recommendations. Spotify labels AI artists with AI persona tag and cuts them from the recommendations. All right. So I guess this is what they're going to do. They're going to put this over the profile. So I guess we're going to get this AI persona posted over, every single channel that's not real, you know what I'm saying, or doesn't have a person behind it. So what it says here in the article is Spotify is introducing the AI persona label, a new tag for artist profiles that don't represent a real person, starting in mid-September 2026. Mid-September 2026 is right into action. You know how YouTube was waiting until February 1st to crack down on the AI? They are not waiting. Spotify is on it. So it says affected profiles will get flagged in the banner, in search, and on tracks inside the playlist, while Spotify simultaneously cuts these profiles from editorial and algorithmic recommendations by default. What do you think about that? So what do I think about that? I think that that's a good decision. I know some people are going to be like, well, you done made videos about AI and stuff and so on and so forth. I always maintain my same thoughts. You guys need to be taking whatever you're using from AI, chopping up the samples, reversing them, doing whatever it is that you want to do, and then making your own beat out of it instead of just slapping, a drum loop over whatever sample you get, what do I think? I think this is good for artists who put out music, I think it's really, really good for artists that put out music for the simple fact that now you don't have to worry about AI pushing you out of getting your music played. So it says, why is Spotify acting now? According to Spotify, listener feedback was clear. People want to know whether it's a real person or AI generated persona sits behind a profile. Starting now, artists and their teams can self-report whether their profile represents an AI persona, and Spotify is also actively reviewing profiles, including ones using photorealistic AI generated images. So if you aren't making AI, or if you aren't using AI for your music, you might not want to use AI for the thumbnails. I mean, I'm not saying that's for sure, but that might get you flagged. So that's just something to think about. In the coming months, a reporting feature is set to roll out too, letting listeners flag profiles they suspect are unlabeled AI personas. The final call on whether a profile actually gets labeled still rests with Spotify itself. So they're even going to let y'all snitch. I'm not hating. You do what you want to do. I'm not hating either way. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care either way. I'm gonna make my music. I'm gonna be cool. But this is good for a lot of the folks who hate on AI, or if they're paying out the littlest amount of money anyway, the people who are making music should be the people who get paid, right? So the timing isn't a coincidence. The platform has been flooded with AI-generated content for months now, and back in April, Spotify already rolled out the Verified by Spotify, a label that highlights real, authentic artist profiles. The AI persona label is part of a broader initiative called Artist Identity and Trust, which also includes song DNA and AI song credits, letting artists disclose how AI was used in creating their music. So, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool. It says visibility drops, payouts stay the same. The genuinely interesting part of the move isn't the label itself, it's the consequences attached to it. Music from AI persona profiles will no longer show up by default in either editorial or personalized recommendations. On a platform where basically all music discovery runs through algorithmic playlists, that's effectively a reach ban, even if Spotify officially frames it as just a label. But they're right, it's kind of like a shadow ban on all AI music. What's notable though, payouts stay exactly the same. Oh, okay, well I was wrong. I thought they were taking away the payouts for the AI music, but they're not. Royalties for AI persona tracks keep flowing normally, so Spotify is specifically targeting visibility here, no money. Tidal took the opposite approach back in July, keeping AI tracks in its catalog, but cutting them off entirely from royalties and direct sales. From a platform perspective, Spotify's approach might be the more elegant one. If you're not getting recommended, you barely register in the royalty pool anyway. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, because Tidal took the business route. Okay, we'll play all your AI tracks and we're gonna get all your views. We're just not gonna have to pay it for an ad. Where Spotify's still gonna pay everybody for their music. So Tidal's keeping money and probably making more money this way for them versus Spotify, stopping the recommendations. But still, it's only partly convincing. If you actually want to make mass AI uploads economically and attractive, you need to target the payout, not just the playlist visibility. Agreed. Context, a different path from the industry labels. Just back in July, major trade organizations like the IFPI and RIA agreed on 2 voluntary labels for AI music, AI generated and AI assisted. Though without any major streaming platforms on board, Spotify was only lukewarm on the concept back then, and now it's taken its own path, one that differs meaningfully from the labels, the industry labels and content. While the trade groups focus on labeling AI and the recording itself, Spotify's AI persona label is about something different entirely, whether a real human even exists behind the artist profile at all, regardless on how much AI actually went into the music. So the bottom line for listeners increasingly frustrated with AI flooding their recommendations, the AI persona label is generally a sensible step towards more transparency. So yeah, it just looks like Spotify is trying to crack down here on AI generated music flooding their site, because I think that they're getting mad. I know I've seen a lot of content, like just random people reacting or making videos, and they're like, man, I went to go find out who the song was and it was AI, or just like old aunties, like, my age unks and stuff, just running into AI music and then being confused and not wanting to listen to it because it's AI music, which you should have that option to listen or not to listen. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are down in the comment. Let me know if you think that this is a win for musicians, the music industry, or whether it's not going to matter to you. Never forget that Spotify also downloaded a whole bunch of illegal music to create this platform in order to steal money from us. I'll always mention that when I talk about Spotify. So that's what I got for you guys in today. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. I appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the key.